time for I'm Tony Schiavone, an event that we've waited for a lifetime, but an event not without controversy. Many WCW wrestlers in attendance. As a matter of fact, we talking about unity. Look at members of Harlem Heat out there. Even Sonny Ono is there. And you know, there's been so much talk about unity among WCW athletes. We have seen it over the past few weeks. Every wrestler here tonight, WCW wrestler in attendance watching, has their eyes ready for Sting and Hollywood Hogan. Many of these wrestlers, obviously, before they became wrestlers, were professional wrestling fans. But on this night, we await this big event that the whole world is waiting to see. Started off, Charles Robinson, the opening referee here tonight. And also, that brings up the point. Who was going to referee Sting and Hollywood Hogan? So much controversy, so much noise made. And of course, you know, that is just another one of those NWO stipulations that we've heard. If you go back to dream what Eric Bischoff demanded, and the fact that tonight, that Nitro will be on the line when the living legend Larry Zbyszko finally gets in the ring with Eric Bischoff.
And you talk about referees, you got one there that we all are looking forward to see. If he's a tweener, or what does he really stay or stand here at WCW or the New World Order? And Mike, I talked a lot about destiny. This matchup right here off the get-go is a match of destiny. When you run down this card, they are matches of destiny. This one here already breaking loose as Demon Legal starts the offensive maneuvers, and right around there, Eddie Guerrero comes back home.
Opening match to main event. What impact will these bouts today at Starrcade have on wrestling in 1998 and in the future?
Break!
This is going to be the turning point, fans, and you are watching history in the making here tonight. So good you could be with us, and we got a 2 count. One of 2, or actually 3 title bouts tonight when you also consider the U.S. title on the line. Diamond Dallas Page and Kurt Hennig, and of course Sting and Hollywood Hogan, and that was on everyone's mind. You saw today when fans were lining up to get the last remaining tickets, and they were filing in here. You saw many fans with Sting masks on, NWO shirts, Sting shirts here tonight. That's the one event on everybody's mind, and you can see with the wrestlers in attendance 2 things. They want to see what happens. They want to see it live as it happens, and also it's a show of unity for WCW as well, guys.
Well, we're seeing that unity, that togetherness displayed not only by the fans, but also the wrestlers involved as they've come to ringside. There's no way they're going to miss this matchup or this entire card.
Obviously, the brain is not out here with us. That's another controversy going on.
Well, really, if you remember what happened in Nitro, they completely took over Nitro in a ring mat. They threw David Pinzer out. They ran us off. And Bobby Heenan seemed as if he will go with whoever the front runner is at that certain time.
Now, that was a tough situation. I mean, Heenan obviously volunteered to go out there. Under threats of physical harm, I was forced.
Both guys, Iron Mike right off the get-go, have tried moves quick. I really believe the 2 type of athletes that these guys are, it's going to take a while. Don't get in a hurry. Don't make more than 1 mistake, because I guarantee you it can cost
Dusty, we've talked about the cruiserweight division probably being the most competitive division within the ranks of World Championship Wrestling, and these two are certainly at the top. Eddie Guerrero in the role of the defending champion, but you know that Dean Malenko would like nothing better than to go for the Grand Slam. Already 3 World's Cruiserweight reigns under his belt, and he wants a 4th.
The press release we received from the NWO, very bizarre, their press release sent out to members of WCW, the fact that Kevin Nash would not be in attendance here tonight. And immediately we thought, uh-oh, something is up. But we're not sure, and hopefully tonight, during the course of this program, we will find out exactly what is going on and why Kevin Nash will not be here to wrestle the Giant. That matchup, the Battle of the Giants, the Battle of the Biggest Men, was much anticipated around the world as well, guys.
Well, it certainly was, and we expect at some point tonight during Starrcade for the NWO to address that situation and really possibly the future of Kevin Nash, where he fits with the New World Order.
I tell you what, guys, you know, going ahead and turning our attention to what's happening right here with all the controversy surrounding us. Eddie Guerrero took an opportune time there, guys, to come in there and take the legs out of Dean Malenko, and now trying to turn this thing around on the Iceman.
Well, it would make sense for Guerrero to work on the legs of Malenko. That way he's not going to be as effective when he goes for the Texas Cloverleaf submission hold.
One, two.
Well documented the way Eddie has changed his life around, and thus certainly if you look at the titles, maybe for the better.
And these two are certainly no strangers in the ring. Longtime rivals, longtime tag team partners even, and they recently on a Monday Nitro, they formed the tag team, but with this cruiserweight title at stake, back to that rivalry situation.
Malenko to the midsection, and he throws Eddie up on the top rope.
That hung him up to dry right there.
Nicely executed front suplex by Dean Malenko, and that took the wind out of Eddie Guerrero.
And you can see Dean is still hurting a little bit from them legs being taken out from him. Trying to regroup him.
1, 2, 3.
You see far side, the fan holding up the sign that says Nash too sweet. Well, Nash is not here.
6.
And that really, because Sting and Hogan, because we all talked about, and as the seconds and minutes tick away till we get to that main event later on here tonight, and we await that, the fact that it comes on the same night where Hogan and Sting will both have their biggest night ever, it just...
7, 8.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm reading too much in this or not, but obviously...
Well, let me tell you what, Iron Mike, how many fights, big fights have you seen, or big events, to where there's been controversy surrounding the referee? I mean, you know, we want our own referee, or we don't want our own referee. Well, I think J.J. Dillon is handling this thing pretty right with all the controversy surrounding, trying to get together and say, what are we going to do and who is it going to be? And as I say again, no matter who it is, destiny has brought us here. This is an event to beat out, if you know what I'm talking about. In public, if you will, I guarantee you, we're going to ride it high tonight, boys.
So we're going to have that hopefully from James J. Dillon a little bit later on as we head to Sting and Hogan. That's right, it is tonight. Wait no longer. You have tuned into the event that the world has waited for. Eddie Guerrero and Dean Malenko giving it their all here in the opening bout for the cruiserweight title.
Look,
and Dean Malenko has a little added incentive in this matchup. His wife gave birth to a daughter on Christmas night. It's the first child for the Malenkos. Larissa is her name.
Wow, what a shot right there. Go ahead and kiss my foot and I'll kick you right between the eyes.
Malenko's so focused he will not buy any of those shenanigans from Eddie Guerrero. Eddie down low. Watch out, Dean.
Well, this is what happened a while ago. He went out and he took a powder, took a little walk there, get himself back together. But when he came in, it was an offensive attack on Dean Malenko.
Trying to get Malenko to go downstairs with him, but Malenko will have none of it. Back in now as Guerrero, and actually what Guerrero has been very, very successful here tonight in thwarting any momentum that Dean Malenko would have. Our fans tonight, a lot of anticipation for Sting and Hogan, and that, of course, is needless to say. That is, yeah, we know. I mean, this is all we've been talking about for months, ever since they signed the contract.
Break! Well, it certainly is a tension-filled locker room, unlike any other WCW event that I've ever been to. And it's just because of that fact, Tony, there's so much at stake tonight at Stark.
Let's see if he goes for the cloverleaf. No, for a pin.
1 and 2, and that time didn't even hook a leg. And Eddie was able to easily get the left shoulder up for the 3 count, actually. And now Dean Malenko, you think he's getting frustrated here, guys? He's hitting with a lot of different things, and with the exception of the Texas cloverleaf, Eddie's bounded back from them all.
Well, it's taking him a while to get his senses back because he took a tremendous blow to them legs, and he don't want to go to a cloverleaf if you're not comfortable in putting it on.
And you also know that Malenko had to anticipate that from Guerrero. They've been in the ring so many times against each other.
We've seen this before, the block of a suplex. Eddie's up. Watch out, he could. Eddie that time saved himself by landing on the apron and then snaps the neck back across the top rope.
Now he's pulling him out too. Well, that's a bad situation there. That could have knocked him out right there, made your back crack right there, and your liver quiver, I guarantee you.
That could seriously injure Dean Malenko. I'm not so sure now if he can continue or not.
Break!
He continues to work over the leg of Dean Malenko.
That's actually hurting both knees. The right knee in the bottom part.
Powerbomb with authority.
And he does not get it. The Ultimo Dragon, Chris Adams out here tonight.
Rick Valentine.
We have wrestlers everywhere here tonight. And I say this twofold because of the importance of Sting and Hogan and because the direction of professional wrestling tonight will change from the outcome of this match. There is no question about that, but also a show of unity for WCW wrestlers that we had been seeing at the end of WCW Saturday night.
Sure has been nice to see that united front by World Championship Wrestling as everyone gathers together tonight for Starrcade. I think also because of the matchup with Nitro at stake. That's why so many are here.
Eddie trying to escape, and Dean just muzzles him from the front side to the back side that time, and Eddie's head clashed in the mat.
Almost a desperation move, an attempt there on the part of Malenko.
Malenko catch him up on top, spins on him.
Cloverleaf once again because his knee is in a situation to where he can't use it. I guarantee you know, that right around us right here, I can see people running and scurrying. I guarantee that referee controversy, not to interrupt this thing, but I just overheard there's a lot going on about the camps of the New World Order in WCW and who the referee will be in that big event.
Well, the NWO making demands, not anything new. We have seen so many stipulations, demands made, And this is exactly what happens to someone scared when they're in
It's a quick roll up here by Malenko.
They are in the ropes, but they are not. Oh, right in the nick of time as Charles Robinson lets Dean Malenko know exactly what happened. The opening bout for Starrcade 1997. And gentlemen, with the exception of one, I have been a part of every Starrcade, but never before have I witnessed the atmosphere for one match like I'm witnessing tonight.
Here you go. Here you go. Iron Mike right there. Eddie Guerrero was a thinking man right there.
Sound strategy on the part of Guerrero. Malenko still appears to be favoring the knee.
Yeah, he cannot even go down to try to get him. I'm not sure he wants to. He is staggering in the middle of the ring on one leg.
Break.
Catch him up on top, spins on him into a backbreaker, crashes the knee up in. Eddie is up on top, and Eddie drop kicks the knee. He'll go down the same time Eddie pushed Eddie down.
Break.
Oh boy, both hit very hard that time.
Well, I tell you what, Tony, destiny from the time that you want to be a great athlete leads you to a final place, leads you to a big event. Destiny has brought Hollywood Hulk Hogan here. Destiny has brought Sting here. Destiny has brought the world all over here for this big, huge event. Let me tell you what, without controversy, with controversy, Sting, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, this is why you put on the tights. This is why you go hours on the road. This is why you train hard. This is what it's all about, guys. What we need to do is tie these horses to this post outside. Get on through them swinging doors, because there's a fight about to break out right here at Starrcade.
Now Malenko, you see, holding on to the tights right there so that he'll go down the same time Eddie pushed Eddie down. Oh boy, both hit very hard that time. I think what we saw right there is Dean maybe was trying to do a gut buster from the top. It didn't work for either man, guys.
We've seen both of those moves employed.
Oh my, Dean goes down this time in a heap. And Eddie's going to go to the other side.
High risk maneuver coming up.
Eddie up on top. It's the frog splash. It's the frog splash on the knee. And he covers him for 1, 2. He is still the Cruiserweight champ. Let's go to David Pinter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match is still WCW Cruiserweight Champion, Eddie Guerrero.
with the next announcement of the next match.
Ladies and gentlemen, Starrcade continues with this one-fall contest. Introducing first from Atlanta, Georgia, GOLDBERG! His opponent is from Austin, Texas, Steve
Yeah.
Mongo will make his way out, and this is the match that we have waited quite a while for. One that we thought we would see back in World War III.
You can't wait on him, man. Like, he's got to go ahead and get him. You can't stand there and wait on Goldberg, who has came in athlete after athlete after athlete here at WCW.
The bell finally sounds, and we're off and running. I do know it on good authority that Mongo and Bill Goldberg had to be led in different ways here at the MCI Center.
What a show of strength. Never seen this before.
Never seen this before. I do know, fans and guys on good authority. Well, there's
some plunder now, I guarantee you.
That happens to be in ringside. And he's going to pick it up.
I'll tell you what.
And in different ways here at the MCI Center. Had to be separated all day here. That's how bitter this rivalry has become between the two men. Here's the cover. 1-2. They would have just as soon got it on in the dressing room had they seen each other earlier. But now the bell sounds, and I tell you, you are looking at two men who can take as much punishment as they can dish out there. Now goes Mongo. Good explosion that time by Goldberg.
You take two great athletes like this, Mike, that have been in the Raw Zone before. We want to talk about it. Been down in the and they're out here right now, one-on-one. This is a real fight of competitive fears going on that's running rapid right here. And I guarantee you the last thing is going to be, I really believe the guy who came from the feet looking out and out.
Countless Bill is involving the stars of the gridiron. Steve McMichael, accomplishments. And you can certainly shine those at Goldberg. You look at McMichael, 15 years in the NFL, 4 times an All-Pro, the Super Bowl ring. But don't discount Goldberg. Very close as a collegiate at the University of Georgia. All SEC, all Southeastern Conference as a nose guard.
Well, in Texas, where we really play football, where real football is played, they just came out with a thing, Iron Mike, that had 100 of the greatest high school football players of all time. And Steve McMichael.
6, 7.
Steve McMichael was one of them hundreds. But this ain't football.
I know. There was an NFL game played in Texas.
No.
I didn't think so.
Here you go.
Into the chest now to the... Didn't think so.
Here you go.
Into the chest now to the on Mongo, and look at this. Mongo keeps pulling himself out. The other man is. Look at this. That takes a lot of punishment, but if you can keep him off his feet, you can dish a lot more punishment, and his reserve will dry up quicker. And Goldberg doing a lot of posing here, enabling Mongo to get back up, and I think maybe that's what he wanted, guy.
Well, usually by this time he's done put away in the most. You know what I'm saying, guys?
Good point.
I mean, usually it's over. We're all the way to the back with this thing. But as you said, man, you said the word man. He's got a man in there right now. It's not going to be that easy.
It's usually been... Fans, before we get a comment from the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, you may have seen as we open the program, many WCW wrestlers in attendance. As a matter of fact, we talked about unity. Look at members of Harlem Heat out there. Even Sonny Ono is there. You know, there's been so much talk about unity among WCW athletes. We have seen it over the past few weeks, Dusty. Every wrestler here tonight, WCW wrestler in attendance watching, has their eyes ready for Sting and Hollywood Hogan. Many of these wrestlers, obviously, before they became wrestlers, were professional wrestling fans. But on this night, we await this big event that the whole world is waiting to see.
1, 2.
Just a great look at the crowd here at the $100 million MCI Center and the first ever professional wrestling event. How many people are here, Tony? Over 20,000, I know.
24,000 was the last number that I heard. Wow. And also, that brings up the point. So much controversy, so much noise made, and of course, you know, that is just another one of those NWO stipulations that we have heard. If you go back to Dream, what Eric Bischoff demanded, and the fact that tonight, that Nitro will be on the line.
And you talk about referees, you got one there that we all are looking forward to see. If he's a tweener or what, does he really stay or stand here at WCW or the New World Order? And Mike, I talked a lot about destiny. This matchup right here off the get-go is a match of destiny. When you run down this card, they are matches of destiny. This one here already breaking loose.
It's usually been Bell and pick him up, jackhammer, and that's it. But it is a lot more when one goes to the ring. And that time, he speared him in the gut. And Mongo gets up and he let him up really that time.
Well, he just had a bad cut. He speared him in the gut and he had a bad cut.
What a takedown that time by Goldberg.
How do you like that, boy?
And he may have the jackhammer on here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Pinfall.
Your winner, GOLDBERG! Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first from the National Alberta, Canada, the crippler, Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit, the Canadian crippler, makes his way in. And as always, a rousing ovation for Benoit. And that is an ovation of respect for him. I guess it is. He's going to bring a Saturn in to not only wrestle Chris Benoit, but even when he said that, finish off Chris Benoit once and for all.
Anything to avoid that one-on-one confrontation with the Canadian crippler seems to be Raven's strategy.
Saturn, much like Raven walks out from the entranceway here, and that is very unusual for Raven's flop. Raven tried to get his attention, didn't work. And now the Wolverine, if you will, trying to take charge. Just level Saturn. Hit of steam left side. Here he goes again. That time Saturn. Whoa! You're talking about a man who's passionate about what he does. Just look at the way he conducts himself in the ring. And I mean, Benoit is a man possessed. Saturn again, and he gets out of it.
Dusty, I think on the surface, this substitution, this last-minute sub by Raven's Flock, putting Saturn in has to be a big advantage for Saturn.
Yeah.
Break.
However, also keep in mind that Chris Benoit has had this occur now 4 straight weeks where he's had to change his game plan, where he's had to improvise.
And he's the type of athlete I believe can do that. And obviously, you hit it right on the head. That's what I wanted to hear from you. It came out right, Tony. There's a soliloquy in between it, but here we are.
As Saturn gets shot, Benoit hit him with everything. As Saturn just muscles him back. Oh, and he hit the back of his neck that time, guys. Now, fans, later on tonight, Sting and Hogan in the most important, not only the biggest match in their careers, not only the biggest match in professional wrestling history, but the most important match. And that's coming up later on with Nick Patrick, at random chosen as the referee. You have your own thoughts on that if you would follow our sport. Is it good or is it not? Well, it looks like a choice based on what has happened over the past few months. But I dare for you to go back a year ago.
Benoit made a mistake there. Right there now, here you go. Right where the front was. They're around.
Killing came in.
We've also seen Benoit mysteries on that game. His game seems to wear him down, and that's what
Break.
brings him.
Back in the ring.
We expected this to be a matchup where they would try and wear each other down, trying to work for that finishing submission hold. Either the crippler crossface on the part of Benoit, the rings of Saturn coming from the former World's TV champion Saturn, but now Saturn certainly has the help of the other members of the flock.
Well, as you said, he was fighting them all, and he's been doing that. Now he's in a situation now to where Saturn's got him sitting down in the middle of the ring right here. And as I said, inflicting pain, blues, and agony is a format, if you will, of Saturn.
Because this match is being fought under Raven's rules.
Yeah, no
disqualification.
There you go.
Goes.
Yeah, Tony brought that up.
And a great move by Saturn again. Notice Saturn has worked on the neck and the head. Here, Benoit with cover one. Maybe he sees something. Trying to focus on one part of the body.
One gets the cover.
Two. Count. Two.
Two count. The top. How about that one over? But Benoit caught him in the nick of time, and you see both men are hurt.
You know, we know from talking about the open match with Eddie Guerrero, it pays dividends when you continue to work on something that you start on and don't get away from it. Tony brought up a good point right there as he started to break away your mind and your neck and your headset right around that, sitting on that big old body of Chris Benoit. Right back to the neck once again.
Saturn has found his point of attack, and he's relentless now. Sending Benoit and getting a knee up into the midsection. And there you see Mickey J, the referee, say, hey, he apparently can't.
Boy.
Into the back of the head with him.
What an attack on this guy's upper body, up around that head and that neck and them ears. And I mean, that thing can make you wobbly leg.
Slowly he pulls him up, twisting the chin, twisting the neck.
Away soon. If you let him hang around, Iron Mike, he can come back and really snap you just like he almost did just a few seconds ago.
Especially someone like
Benoit, maybe you try to put him out, and you can't.
Well, that's a good point.
I'm sure he's attempted to. He's not put on the rings of SATURN yet, but he's not really worked on the arms. He's worked on the neck, and again,
he's got to go ahead and try, like I said. Put him away right now. Right back on that neck. Right there, just so much pressure and leaning down on it. Got him hooked in real good right here.
He's not put on the rings of SATURN yet, but he's not really worked on the arms. He's worked on the neck, and again, a version of a brainbuster right there. Dropped the man on the back of his neck. That's how important this night is. Sting and Hogan collide later on, and later on, WCW tries to defend the #1 wrestling program in the world. Let's not forget the evolution of WCW over the years and what Nitro has meant to us, to the sport, to the world of professional wrestling.
And what it would mean to the New Order to take over.
This is what we're talking about. Benoit trying to really reach down and come back with something, firing on him. He had SATURN down, but could not muster enough energy to go ahead and make a great offensive move to put SATURN away. Now SATURN is back doing his business.
I am surprised that SATURN has been in control the majority of this match. Very little offense from Benoit.
Well, Benoit got hammered by Raven's flock from all directions. And I'll go back to the game plan. Raven, big event. I know SATURN is on his mind, but geared for Raven. Raven sets down, backs out. So now you got to change in the heat of battle.
Give up, triple crossface. Now remember, if this is Raven's wrong. Can't come back as easily as you did if he maybe attacks a leg or an arm. And it remains to be seen how much injury Benoit will have. Shooting the pain out. He shoves SATURN on the outside. Ahead of Sting. Watch out. Nothing he can do, and really because of the rules, the referees have to decide.
There you go, that wiped out all of the things.
Yes, it did.
I was just getting ready to wonder what the fuck was going on. And right now, they need to roll him back in because they got him in a situation, block it all down, and go ahead and put him away. Go ahead and put him away. Right here. Yeah, put him away.
The flock down on the outside, and he runs right through SATURN.
That hung him up to dry right there.
There's more left of Benoit here.
Break. One, two, count two. Break.
Top of the diving headbutt.
I believe so.
When he motioned to the crowd.
On top.
Three quarters of the way across the ring.
One, two, count two. One, two, three.
Standard defeats Benoit, and let me say this, as much punishment as the man took on his neck, he couldn't survive DDT. Let's get the official verdict from David Fincher.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, SATURN.
Bagwell of the NWO. Now let's not forget, the NWO can regain old momentum as the momentum because of what happened in the six-man tag. Buff Bagwell is in the ring. David Prince will never forget Buff Bagwell for Monday, and we'll go back to one more time.
His opponent is from Chicago, Illinois. He's the total package. Lex Luger.
Buff Bagwell called him Lex Luger, but if you go back to 1997, and we're beginning a brand new year here in about a week or so, less than a week, Lex Luger was anything but a loser. The bell sounds, and here we go.
Break it up! Watch him, ref! Watch him! Break it! Make it clean! Get him up, fucking!
Riding on the line.
Back it up!
That
Get him up!
that in many ways we're very paranoid.
Break it!
But as the anticipation grows and we get closer to the event, we certainly know that it's down to who can compete and who can win in the ring.
Well, Luger just bowled his way in there and didn't let him go. Stayed right there. Got that old team right here.
That's the first.
Yeah.
He dropped something down by spinning him.
Yeah. Well, Bagwell, I tell you, was a lot better when he was outside with his new move on.
They always try to be one-up on us. They always try to stack the deck in their favor. And there's a lot of questions about stacking the deck as it relates to the last two matches tonight. And we'll see if that plays out. Remember, Red said that he was not going to help RC Sharp. If you're looking for help, you're looking for the wrong way.
Yeah, but what did he do the next week?
The next week he came out in the NWO limousine. And Lex Luger rebounds.
Even up at this point, 1-1. After the giant scare of Scott Hall in a non-scheduled match, only to see the NWO win the six-man tag.
Well, you know, that's a good way to put it. Realistically, the NWO is up to one tonight. If you talk about the schedule.
Break.
Down goes Buff Bagwell from a big rope. And then Buff Bagwell sent all the way outside.
Luger looks good tonight. Looks determined. Really taking his time. Thinking about what he's doing. Not making any silly, stupid mistakes.
1, 2.
As Lex Luger waits in the ring, and that was a smart thing to do here.
Yeah, he didn't want to get out there and to mess with him. Done it our way.
Let's talk about the many big matches Luger's been involved in. You guys know his career well documented, but this one tonight, not only for pride, but also he wants to start things rolling for WCW. It's very important for Luger to get this win tonight so that when ADP comes up a little bit later on, he can feel the WCW momentum, and then maybe Zbyszko then, and of course, as the eyes of the entire sports world watches on, hopefully Sting can bring the world title back to where it belongs. Take off all the paint for that spray paint that we put on.
Ragging him right there. Good job.
He sees his peers from World Championship Wrestling cheering him on.
Draw up the fans. I'm telling you, I know. I was there. It drives you to do inhuman things sometimes. And I really agree with that. He will, you know, just move off of people backing him up. But after being chastised 4 or 3 times by Bagwell about victories and stuff, driving, I really believe more than anything else.
Up on the apron for just a second to interfere.
If I could continue with that, no one drew as much results as a man named Sting about 18 months ago. But the man named Sting who's going to come to the ring tonight is a much different man than we've known. So I wonder exactly what we're going to see tonight. I look on tonight's world title match with a lot of anticipation, but also a lot of curiosity as well. Bagwell riding Lex Luger now, using the throat to the ropes, and Billy Silverman pushing the man back. About the way the NWO has been able to get things going their way because of their win a year ago at War Games. Therefore, Vincent McMahon, there's nothing the referee can do.
Cocky and arrogant attitude Bagwell has at this point, and slapping Luger in the face.
You know, there's a little bad blood between this referee, too. And the new world order, when you think back on just looking at them, we're talking about referees tonight, the controversy surrounding them. You know, this thing is setting real well. I think it's new world order. Billy Silverman, am I correct in saying that? Pretty good.
Certainly did.
By the new world order.
They've been abusing all the officials.
And obviously they're human. They get involved emotionally. They try not to. But how can you help not to get emotionally involved in a referee if you've been pounded by a guy like that?
Is there some intimidation because of impact on the part of the NWO? That has to play a part as well.
Shut up!
Later tonight, Red the Hitman Hart will be the referee as well. Oh, he loved the pose. As Luger gets up, he gets back to it once again.
Yeah, and he's measuring him up because Bagwell just strolled in there wide open. He's catching some good elbows, and then a big right hand right here, guys.
Bagwell has been relying on shortcuts.
Luger kicked away. Bagwell back to the attack once again.
Right back behind him. In unison, WCW looking on as the world looks on tonight at this Starrcade, this match of destiny. Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Sting.
The two-man Stevie Ray, Booker T.
Hey guys, these guys were lined, these people, these great fans were lined up, even though they had tickets lined up when we came here today.
12 noon this afternoon, Eastern time.
Sure they were. I didn't know the exact time, Mike does.
7 hours before the event, they were lined up around the building.
And they had tickets. And they had tickets.
They just wanted to be here today. They wanted to be at the site of professional wrestling history. And as you look in the ring,
look at this.
You look at the 24,000 fans, 3 decks of the MCI Center. This event opened, or this venue opened earlier this month. Home of the Wizards in the NBA, the Capitals of the National Hockey League, and as you said earlier, Mike, the very first professional wrestling event ever is tonight, and the biggest match ever is coming up later on, Sting and Hogan.
I'm going to tell you what, Bagwell's done a good job. I mean, he's got help, but Iron Mike, don't you agree? I mean, he's done a good job of going ahead and staying steady to the task, knowing that he's in there with the total package. Lex Luger.
Bagwell has used that, those shortcuts, to his best advantage.
You know, it would not be beneath, if you think about the track record over the past 4 weeks now, it would not be beneath a guy like Bagwell or Vincent to do something to get Luger disqualified so they can claim another win. You know, pinning is really not worrying them right now.
He just gets his hand raised again against Luger by whatever means.
I'll tell you what, these fans are electric. To come up from where he's at right now, sitting in a prone position. He needs to get out of this mess. He needs to jump up out of this mess. And that's easy just settling down.
Billy Silverman checking, and Bagwell thinking this thing should be over, but Luger has a lot of reserve left. Lex Luger trying to mount yet another comeback. And as you said earlier, Dream, this has really been a well-wrestled match by one Buff Bagwell at the NWO. Bagwell, as you can see, has it firmly put on the neck and the head of Lex Luger, and Luger's a long way from the ropes here, guys. He's running the center of the ring. Can he power his way out of it? Bagwell added leverage on his back. And Luger trying to maybe back him into a corner or walk to a rope. I don't think he can. Well, here he goes.
He needs to position himself where he can drive Bagwell into one of the four corners. Bagwell takes him right back down to the mat.
I think it was a good point, Mike. He had blinded Luger, had his hand not only on the forehead but on the eyes. Luger did not know how close he was to the ropes a couple of times, or he could have gone there. He just kind of walked around in a circle with Bagwell on his back. Can Luger come back? Luger, hands in the air, and Lex Luger, for all he's worth, is standing again.
He's trying to muster up everything he can. Get back there. Get back. Hooked him up right there, but you can see Luger maybe worse for wear with that move right there.
I'll tell you, Luger, showing the caliber athlete he is, had enough presence of mind, enough left in him to execute that move, but that was unbelievable. And Luger very calmly rolls the knees up towards his midsection and catches right hand to the side of the head, a warning for not heeding those warnings, sending the man to the side. Big back body drop. Pretty good. Trying to knock him down. Maybe.
One, two, count two.
And they want that one signature maneuver, but it's already through yet. Remember, usually it's the power slam, the prelude for a touchdown. Let's see what he comes up with here. Up. And for the got him down. Got him down. It's cinching it down. That's a good play. He's big from this down. Puts it in the ring. Billy Silverman has allowed this match to go on.
Allowed him to start mud hole.
What are you doing? Get off the hill. I'm telling you, Lex Luger.
This could be bad for the captain. One Lex Luger.
2, 3.
He's going to try to wreck Bagwell, but he looked on the left and see the feet.
Seven. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
As you look at this capacity battle, and we go back to
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is for the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship. It is set for one fall. Introducing first, representing the New World Order, from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, the WCW United States Heavyweight Champion,
So close right now.
Self-high five.
All right, Mike.
So close for Diamond Dallas Page's opportunity at the United States Heavyweight Championship, and you're right. He wants to earn this victory. He doesn't want to steal the belt.
He's his opponent, the challenger, is from the Jersey Shore. He is the
when they took Ric Flair's leg out again, and he got on the microphone, he said, Hennig, I want a part of you, so DDP can be seen as a leader of the unity of WCW.
He's earned that right too. And he's earned the right for this title shot. Major Boy Ric Flair, so much great ability and great things he's accomplished. But here it's opportunity knocking on the door for one DDP. Can he diamond cut him? I believe he can.
Rolls him up. Him and Dallas Page immediately going for the win. Ribs taped. What a story Diamond Dallas Page is in professional wrestling. And tonight can be his biggest night. When we talked about momentum, we talked about the fact the NWO has 2 wins over WCW. We've seen how they've won the matches. We know what they're all about. We expected this. You got to go into the fight realizing you're in it and what he's all about. We realize that.
No way.
Later on,
Too smart for that.
the 2 biggest matches ever will take place. Right now, we all know, Jimmy, what the U.S. title means to a pro wrestler, what it means to your ranking. It makes you the top contender in the world today.
Major title for DDP right here. Kurt Hennig has something that Diamond Dallas Page wants, has worked for so hard, has suffered at the hands of the New World Order. Can turn it all around here, right here tonight at Starrcade.
And Dusty, in all your years of professional wrestling, have you ever seen anyone make the transition that Diamond Dallas Page made from just a professional wrestler, but a professional wrestler as successful as DDP has been?
I told him long ago, all the facets of the game. If you know all the facets, if you know all the ins and outs, if you know every cranny, it can only make you better.
And has there ever been a wrestler as accomplished as Diamond Dallas Page that has won a major championship in our sport? What an opportunity this is tonight for DDP with that U.S. title at stake.
Tonight, down to the mat, Randy Anderson is the referee for this U.S. title bout. He's been a veteran referee of many title bouts, and this one of the most important. On the most important night in our sport. Knee to the midsection. Right hand hitting. Went right to the ribs of DDP.
Well, you know, he's had them for so long, and they're not going to heal.
Not at all.
When you're in modern combat all the time like he is. So you just play with him. Go ahead and play through the pain, and great champions are guys that can do that. But yeah, you know what I just thought of? How about the new SWO? Sting World Order. What about that?
Sting World Order.
Is that good?
I like that. Sounds good.
It says it all, doesn't it?
I'd be a part of that, wouldn't I?
Be a part of that?
Where do we sign up?
Sting, tonight. Oh, truly, as DDP grabs the hair of Kurt Hennig, truly, tonight is going to really set the standard and really change the direction of our sport.
Watch it. Dallas, don't make a mistake by going out outside there.
Works on the ribcage once again. All the way. On the back. On the rib. On the spine and again. DDP in a lot of pain, Mike.
Remember when Kurt Hennig was on the scene here in World Championship Wrestling, It was as Diamond Dallas Page's tag team partner, but Hennig turned his back on Page that night, and what a rivalry it's been ever since.
Obfuscated by the people. Of course, you know, that's
I don't think there was any question that even though we didn't know, for much saying, hey,
that's what he has to do.
And you talk about someone who thrives on crowd support. I think Diamond Dallas Page, we called him the people's champion. He's really the epitome of that.
You can see that the bandage had some padding in it as well, DDP. And now he's just not in there anymore. He's ripping that H bandage away now. And the entire focus of Hennig on the back. Oh, look at this. All of his weight standing, walking on the back, Diamond Dallas Page. Don't forget, we've said it so many times, and we say it because it rings true. It seems seemingly he can put on the diamond cutter from anywhere. When you least expect it, he can put on that diamond cutter.
Let us not, though, dip the light fandangle over the fact that Curt Hennig is one fine athlete. I mean, when you look down their roster, when you wear it all, when you look down the roster, top, king, if you will, they are tremendous athletes. But has there ever been an event like this for Hollywood Hulk Hogan? No. This is the event. A lifetime destiny called us all here for this thing later on tonight. And let's call it Page right now to fire back.
Makes a cover. And Anderson makes a count for a 2 that time. And, you know, if you look at the background of Hennig, you look at the background of a Bret the Hitman Hart, that's what makes their involvement in the NWO so difficult to comprehend.
Tradition.
Second generation wrestlers, both of them.
The whole focus of the NWO and their whole purpose has been to come into professional wrestling, WCW, throw all tradition, all of the legendary wrestlers that we've had hold the title since 1905, throw it right out the door, forget about it, start their new tradition, start their new legends. And you think about that would mean just taking the records that Curt Hennig's father had and throw them out. What about Bret Hart's father? And that's what makes it so difficult. Once again,
look at Sonny Ono back here popping on.
Yeah, in the back, but notice how Vandenberg is doing a whole lot of talking to Alex Wright. It's odd, isn't it?
Why would Alex Wright be next to Vandenberg when Mortis was right there as well?
And why does Mr. Anderson not see his foot used as leverage on the rope right here? Because he's out of position. But he's got to be where he's got to be because he's asking DDP to give up, and it ain't going to happen. It's not inside of him. He's got to be out before he gives up. And that's hard to do. What a shame that would have been.
And DDP kicked away.
One, two, count 2.
breathtaking. It's breathless.
It was a random choice, I know. And
I mean, to even, you know, this is breathtaking.
The
really
same look that he has had now for 18 months. Cold. He has only smiled one time on our television programs. The same look he gave Hogan. Remember, the same look he gave Hogan the night the contract was signed. And look at the arms. Looking really good, Sting.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6.
I remember the words of interim Commissioner Roddy Piper and said they will fight until one man can take no more. We will have a winner. And therefore, Charles Robinson allowing the use of the belt, letting the rules lapse a little bit. We're going to have one man walk out the world champion. And right now, Hogan looking awfully good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He tried moments.
It was short-lived.
It sure was. It's Hogan.
3.
Goes to the midsection.
4.
Foot to the gut.
5.
The WCW
6.
faithful quieted here because Sting
7.
has had no offense at all. But Sting
8.
tried to get a quick start. That's what he wanted. He got it, but it didn't go his way. Always a disadvantage when you're the second man in the ring.
1.
And when it comes to that balance of power, so important for Sting to regain the belt, bring it back to World Championship Wrestling, especially coming on the heels of what we just witnessed.
I think so. Doing a lot of posing, and he's very methodical about 1, 2. You know, Hogan is not going at a pace that is too quick for him. He's going at the regular Hollywood Hogan pace. He's been here before.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1.
Well,
2.
He may run out of gas here, run out of steam,
3.
but that's not the case. Pick up
4.
and a scoop slam.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This is Hollywood Hogan at his best. Don't think about the ego, although it's very hard not to. Don't think about the NWO nor the big mouth. Think about the athlete, and you're seeing at his best. And think about a man coming back from the dead.
I'm the champion of the world.
Think about Sting on his feet.
He's coming behind you.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
And Sting stalking Hogan with the belt in hand.
There you go, nice necktie.
And trying to walk away. I don't know if he's trying to buy time or what, but by walking away, there's no way he can bring the title back to the NWO. One thing is to get away from this man.
One, two. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, two, count 2. One, two. Break.
Down to both knees. injury right there, guys. Could have dislocated his shoulder, broken an arm. Hogan gets the belt back on. I guess he has to remind himself his name is Hollywood, or at least the fans behind him. One of the most physical world title bouts we've ever seen, guys. The name Super Brawl, apropos tonight, this has been a Super Brawl.
And now he's fighting the forehead of Sting.
From all competitors.
5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One. One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
almost close. And Patrick said, yeah, but it's still a 2 count. And now Hogan in a sheer...
Break. One, two, count 2. Break.
Hogan.
Hogan motions that it's all over.
One, two, count 2.
It's not all over.
Good count. He's gotten ready for this one.
Nick Patrick in great position.
Count 2. Break.
But remember, it's been basically anything goes tonight. Maybe use a cover. We'll call this one 2. Maybe a step off because he's pretty frustrated right now.
And again, he complains to Patrick that he didn't count quickly enough.
So much on the line. A shame again. It seems as if every time you think Sting's going to be pounded down into a dirt pile, he comes back from the dead. Sting in a massive surge of energy, adrenaline, and power. Here he goes. Here he comes again. In the corner. Stinger splash.
They try it again.
One more time.
Break. One, two, count two.